Let's talk a little bit about the last time you saw some of that snow effect.
We typically see some lake effect snow when really cold, dry air passes over the relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes, and that can shoot out bands of heavy, intense snow.
Jill said that a ruler wouldn't do you much good today, so we got the yardstick, and we're going to just do a quick sample, putting that all the way down there. Almost the entire thing covered up, and if you throw it into a snowdrift, you're going to lose it. So on average, we're going to say around 28 inches fell in Schenectady. And right now, it's not like I'm standing in a field or anything. I'm standing in the middle of 5th Street. This is going to be why it's so crucial to stay off the roads, because some of the side streets look like this. They don't look like streets. And you see the cars back there buried under feet of snow. Not only will they need to clear off the car and dig the cars out, they're going to need to wait until the side streets get taken care of. Now, a bit of a different situation for some roads. We're at the intersection of 5th Street and Campbell Avenue. And if you go ahead and look this way, you see Campbell Avenue, yeah, you got a little bit of pavement showing up between the areas of snow, the patches of snow and ice, but people going to be hard at work, even getting their cars that are parked along the street onto the road, much less the ones that are in the driveways, especially the ones that stretch a little bit further back. So if you're trying to get out there and you think, hey, the snow is stopping, just remember, some roads are fine, like Campbell, but maybe you take a quick turn, conditions deteriorate very quickly, and we saw it firsthand where just a wrong turn down one side street can get you stuck. We were stuck behind a couple disabled vehicles on Liberty Street in downtown Schenectady earlier this morning. So listen to the mayor's advice, state of emergency in effect for a reason. Stay in, stay off the roads unless you absolutely have to, and if you must, make sure you got the right vehicle for the occasion. We're live in Schenectady with the mobile storm tracker. It's powered by Curtis Lumber. I'm Matt Mackie. Back to you in studio.
Up the road, there's just another covered bridge that's already very much flooded out, and behind me this water's raging. I'm concerned about the structural integrity of this bridge. I'm going to step out just a second, and I'm going to have us zoom on in. Notice that crack developing underneath the bridge. We took the long way around. We were not going to drive over this bridge, but we wanted to show you this. This is one reason why you should never go over something like this. From the road, you can't see that this crack is developing. Where we are here right now in Woodford State Park in Vermont, right off of Route 9, it's an elevation of about 2,400 feet, and that makes all the difference. You can see a winter wonderland out here behind me, heavy wet snowflakes sticking. Temperature's only 32 degrees, but when you're 33, 34 degrees just down the road in Bennington, that slight little bit of a difference is all you need. Wind gusts like that, they don't just down branches or anything, they down entire huge trees, like this one over here that went clean through the middle of a mobile home. I spoke with a gentleman who lives here. He said that he was inside when the tree fell, and he described it as the ground started shaking. It almost felt like an earthquake.
Matt, you made a snowman. Good morning.
Hey, Jill, good morning to you. We're coming to you live from Bennington County, where I got to tell you, it's perfect packing snow, peak snowman conditions. I'll check in with him a little bit later.
It's burn season in Middle Georgia, and people like Terry Tiadecki of Macon can tell.
We noticed a huge burn area, and we could smell a little bit of it, but it was absolutely huge.
Troy Clymer is used to these burns. That's him walking out of the smoke. In his hand, he's got a can of gas and diesel he used to start the fire. He's not doing this to destroy the forest. He's doing it to protect it.
We're doing a fuel hazard reduction burn, so we're trying to knock down the fuels and keep them mitigated.
By burning off the excess grass and debris now in a controlled setting, he's lowering the potential for a deadly wildfire down the road.
A lot of the things you see on the news is the big wildfires and, you know, houses burning up, and those are wildfires in catastrophic conditions, and that's what we're trying to avoid by putting the fire on the ground now.
Forest rangers use a series of heavily tested techniques to prevent the fire from getting out of control.
You got a lot of intensity here on the front end, and then on the back end, it's just backing along and easing and creeping through.
And once those flames have died down, the trees left behind are even better off.
As you can see right here, the fire is burning through, but it's leaving good ash, and it's not just bare dirt. And that's really good for the nutrients that it's putting right back into the soil for this timber.
Farming is going high-tech in the mid-state. Neil Montgomery is the owner of Georgia Geo. His company is using drone technology to survey crops from above. Montgomery says he spent his youth working on farms across the southeast. Later in life, his career went in another direction entirely.
I spent the last 11 years going overseas working on the drones for the U.S. Air Force, and I figure this is a perfect opportunity to integrate those skills.
Drones are outfitted with special cameras that allow them to gather all kinds of data.
It allows us to identify problems, whether they be pathogens, pests, irrigation problems.
And that footage allows farmers to see changes in their fields faster.
By the time a problem shows up in the field to the human eye, damage is well underway.
Technician Jeremiah Johnson is able to take information from the drone and generate a report for the farmer on site.
Within 15 or 20 minutes, we fly, 15, 20 minutes data processing. After that, we're good to go. Hand it over to him.
While these drones are on the cutting edge of farming technology, it's not the first time modern technology has been used to watch fields from above.
They've been using satellites for a long time to overlook the field and tell them where their bad spots are, but it's way too high, way too up in the air. With us being 200 or 300 feet off the ground, we can tell them, pinpoint it exactly where they need to go.